Are you worried about your retirement future? Are you getting close to retirement, but concerned you don't have enough in your retirement nest egg to survive? You have every right to be concerned. The growing tidal wave of retirement homelessness that's sweeping across the nation right now is at epidemic proportions. Right now, you're worried you might get caught up in it. The truth is, you're not alone. More than ever, both pre-retirees and current retirees are facing financial challenges that could leave them without a place to call home. So, what's causing this tidal wave of uncertainty, and how it could impact your future? Almost 60 million Americans work for companies that don't offer retirement plans. That's about 1/5 of the population. It's leaving many seniors vulnerable to financial hardship. Lately, increasing rents and the retirement crisis have strained millions, and more elderly individuals are finding themselves on the brink of homelessness. Despite working their entire lives, many baby boomers are waking up to the harsh reality that their hard-earned incomes don't stretch far enough. Over the past 50 years, economic downturns and rising housing costs have eroded their savings, making a comfortable retirement a distant dream. Housing prices have soared, yet incomes haven't kept pace. A recent report by the Wall Street Journal, citing data from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, reveals that seniors are now the fastest-growing group in the country's homeless population. Their situation has been compared to a growing silver tsunami. Many liken it to the Great Depression, indicating that this crisis has been building for years. Research shows that in the 1990s, just over 10% of homeless single adults were over 50. A little over a decade later, that number had shot up to almost 40%. Today, people over 50 make up half of the homeless population, and these people aren't strangers to hard work. They've dedicated their lives to physically demanding jobs, but haven't managed to save enough. This demographic is mostly baby boomers between 55 and 75, and has been identified as a uniquely vulnerable group. In just the past 18 months alone, homelessness surged by more than 10% nationwide, surpassing the previous high of 2.5% in 2019. The end of pandemic relief programs worsened the crisis, stripping away financial buffers for those in need. The National Coalition for the Homeless expressed concern that older adults are increasingly being forced into shelters, encampments, or their vehicles. Labor shortages, inflation, and reduced funding have shuttered over 600 nursing homes in Florida alone since 2017. Across the U.S., thousands of facilities face closure, leaving seniors with long waiting lists for low-cost housing. With only about 20 to 25 affordable rental units for every 100 low-income renters, shelters often become makeshift nursing homes, despite lacking staff trained for elder care. The 2008 recession wiped out the home equity of millions. The pandemic hit again as these baby boomers reached retirement age. Research from the University of California shows that most trailing-edge boomers first experienced homelessness after age 50 due to a series of financial blows that left them with inadequate savings. Meanwhile, rising rents have put homes out of reach for many. Florida was hit particularly hard, with half of the 20 U.S. cities that saw the steepest rent increases located in the state. Many report rent hikes of $500 or more, and in most cases, without much warning. For those in retirement, such a hike in expense when relying on their Social Security alone to get them through proves devastating. The situation will only get worse, especially when you factor in that the number of Americans over 65 is projected to grow to 81 million by 2040, even as affordable housing declines. Federal data shows only 1 in 10 low-income workers from age 50 to retirement age had saved for retirement last year. That's down 50% compared to 2007. The median annual earnings for these workers hover around $18,000 to $19,000. Only the top 10% by income have seen their retirement assets grow since the early 1990s. Defined contribution plans, rather than traditional pensions, and reduced Social Security benefits have widened the gap. What's caused the retirement savings disparity? The culprit appears to be the earnings gap. For instance, most low-wage workers rely on Social Security, which replaces just 35 to 40% of income. The average Social Security benefit now stands at just under $1,200 per month, far below the median rent of $2,100. This means nearly a quarter of Americans over 65 live in poverty. Then experts are warning of a looming social security crisis that's harming millions of workers and retirees. The US ranks behind 30 other countries in retirement security, with its C+ grade reflecting growing inequity. Up to 70% of Americans over 50 are now uncertain if they can retire as planned. Meanwhile, household debt hit a record $17 trillion, with credit card debt alone at over $1 trillion. Rising debts have dashed the dreams of many seniors, with more than 2/3 believing they can't afford to retire. In the face of this tidal wave of homelessness, a response is urgently needed. More must be done to support seniors who've worked hard all their lives yet still can't find financial stability. Rising housing costs, dwindling pensions, and inadequate social security benefits are pushing seniors to work longer or face homelessness. We deserve better. So addressing the retirement homelessness crisis requires a comprehensive approach that tackles the root causes while also providing immediate relief to those already affected. In our investigation and speaking with financial experts, 8 areas were identified that, when implemented collectively, can make significant strides toward reducing retirement homelessness and ensuring that every retiree can age with dignity and security, at least in theory any. So here are 8 possible solutions. 1. Expand affordable housing. Increasing the supply of affordable housing is critical. This can be done through incentives for private developers to include low-cost units in their projects or through direct government investment in housing. The Low-Income Housing Tax Credit, LIHTC, has been effective, and expanding this program could create thousands more affordable units annually. Increasing funding to federal programs like HUD's Section 202, supportive housing for the elderly, could also provide targeted assistance to seniors. 2. Strengthen Social Security. For many seniors, Social Security is the primary or only source of income. Strengthening and expanding benefits would help more retirees avoid poverty. This could include adjusting the cost of living formula to better reflect seniors' expenses, providing credits for caregivers, and raising the payroll tax cap to ensure the system remains solvent. 3. Increase access to retirement savings plans. Millions of workers don't have access to employer-sponsored retirement plans, making it essential to promote automatic enrollment in retirement accounts like IRAs. State-level auto IRA programs, which automatically enroll workers in individual retirement accounts, have proven effective in boosting savings. Expanding these programs nationwide would help many low-income workers start saving. 4. Provide financial literacy and planning support. Education plays a significant role in helping people manage their finances. Comprehensive financial literacy programs tailored for seniors could assist them in understanding Social Security benefits, creating retirement budgets, and managing debt. Nonprofits and community organizations can offer these services, while employers could offer financial wellness programs for those still working. 5. Protect seniors from predatory practices. Fraud and financial abuse disproportionately affect older adults. Stricter regulations on predatory lending practices, as well as legal protections against fraud, would prevent retirees from losing their savings. Encouraging banks and credit unions to identify and report suspicious transactions can help safeguard seniors' assets. 6. Support aging in place. Many seniors wish to remain in their homes as they age. Programs that assist with home modifications and provide long-term in-home care can help them stay independent longer. Medicare and Medicaid could expand funding for home care services, which are often less expensive than nursing homes. 7. Address healthcare costs. Healthcare remains one of the largest expenses for retirees. Expanding Medicare benefits to include vision, dental, and hearing, which are crucial but often neglected, would reduce out-of-pocket costs. Increased subsidies for Medicare Advantage plans and capping out-of-pocket expenses could also provide relief. And 8. Invest in senior employment. For those who wish to continue working, expanding job retraining and placement programs for older adults would help them stay in the workforce longer. Making workplaces more age-friendly by offering flexible hours and reducing physical demands could also help. Isolated, these solutions won't make an impression in solving the retirement homelessness crisis. Collectively, they have a chance. What is your opinion? Where are you in the retirement cycle? Do these solutions make sense? And can you add to the list? Please let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to The Smart Retiree for more essential insights. Together, let's build a future where every retiree can live with security and dignity.